My name is Tiffany Cheng. My miserable excuse for a husband is Comrade Irving Cheng, and you can tell him I said so. Do you know he tried forming a committee to discuss the ghoul situation? A committee! He made himself chairman, of course. What we need is somebody to do something, not just talk about it. Don't suppose you know anything about ghouls, do you? I wish I could. I get nightmares from time to time. I don't know. I mean, they're all deformed and scary looking. I bet they're really mean, too. Well, you seem like you know what you're talking about. I guess I'd be willing to give it a try. I might not spend much time with them. And if they do anything stupid, I'm sure they'll get kicked out. Fine. It's okay. I guess so. Bye now. Hello, dear. You're new around here. I'm Margaret Primrose. I run the Café Beau Monde. Stop by sometime. I haven't, but every so often, Gustavo takes someone down there to work on the generators when we lose power. That hasn't happened in a while, though. I've heard they carry diseases. I'd have to sanitize everything after them all the time. Besides, they are dangerous, aren't they? I don't know, as long as they don't cause trouble. And they'd have to try to fit in with our established community. I guess I'd be willing to give it a try. I guess so, sure. Bon appetit!
Those clothes are atrocious. You should stop by my shop, New Urban Apparel, and freshen up that look. Upgrade to fabulous. I hear there are some tunnels underground for use in emergencies. Ask Gustavo. He's in charge of all those kinds of things. You can't be serious. Ghouls aren't human. They live in filth. They eat their own babies. You're out of your right freaking mind. Why would you hang out with dirty vermin like that? You enjoy sifting through feces? You know it's only a matter of time before they get hungry and eat you. You're crazy. Ghouls will never live in Tenpenny Tower. You'll regret this. I've spent years collecting all this fabulous merchandise. I won't stand for this. Where the hell am I supposed to go? The only suitable place is Tenpenny Tower. Everywhere else stinks and caters to low-life scum like you. I'll die out there. I just know it. Evening. I'm Michael Hawthorne. Who are you? And more importantly, should I care? I'm glad to meet someone who doesn't want to talk my ear off. We should get a drink together. I hate when people talk while I'm drinking. Don't you? And there's plenty to drink about, talk about, isn't there? Everyone's always prattling on about the ghouls this and the ghouls that. Frankly, I'm getting fed up with all this ghoul talk. How about you? You know much about ghouls? They do seem a bit antisocial, don't they? Though perhaps if we got them good and liquored up. You've heard the stories, I'm sure, about the mindless ones eating brains and the like. Well, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with all that. Really? Well, as long as they don't bother me, I guess I really don't care. What the hell? Sure. Right on.
Ah, hello. I am Lydia Montenegro. I'm sure you've heard of me and my shop, Boutique Le Chic? No? Obviously, you don't travel in the right circles. I can't talk now. Visit me at the boutique during business hours. This better not be a waste of my time. You're being serious? That's out of the question. What an absurd notion. I think you must have been out in the sun too long. Perhaps I could sell you a nice hat to keep your brain from frying? You horrible little zombie lover. What right do you and your disgusting buddies have to push honest, hard-working, important people around like that? Where do you propose I live? Just you wait. I'll find a way to repay you for this.
Yes?
Hey.
Hello?
Yes?
How you kids handling post-apocalyptia today?
Herbert Dashwood. Damn glad to meet you. Call me Daring. Everyone else does.
That's right. It's time for the cash.
Not very lively, are you?
Okay.
Perhaps you're just bored. You should go on an adventure. Nothing like a little bit of the unknown to motivate a person. That's what I did in my younger years. You know the GNR radio play, The Adventures of Herbert Daring Dashwood? That's about me. Hell, I even had me a ghoul manservant. Let me ask you, you ever met a ghoul before?
Children, I don't care if you've ignored every
Well, then you know that some ghouls aren't feral and can be reasoned with. Those ghouls that keep trying to get into Tenpenny, they need to stop before someone gets hurt. I think they live in the nearby metro tunnels.
President John Henry Eaton and his gorilla, Colonel Augustus.
Well, I wouldn't mind, but they'd better be civilized. The tenants here are real uppity, and most wouldn't take kindly to ghouls living here.
Giant truck full of Brahmin, and they've been spoon-feeding you the bullshit.
Like I said, it's fine by me.
Are schemers, crooks, and killers. And the sooner you all realize
Of
that,
course.
stand up to their
I wonder if they've ever been to Underworld. Now there's an interesting vacation destination.
fighting the good fight. Until
Aha!
next time, this
So
is
you've been exploring the tower. Well done. Let's just say that Gustavo's not the only one with a key for the generator room.
Now, some music.
That's awfully brash of you. You think you got what it takes? The trick to exploring is to make sure no one knows you've done it. My neighbors, for instance, have no idea that I know so much about them. I'll make you a deal, kid. You can borrow my key if you can find it without letting me see you take it. Good luck. Bah! I thought you were more interesting than that. Fine. But you better not get caught with that. Haven't you ever heard the radio play? The Adventures of Herbert Daring Dashwood? That guy at the radio station put it together a few years ago. He did it in the style of those shows they had before the war. Came out pretty well. And it's all true. Rockopolis, Miss Chase, all of it. Of course, they do portray me as a bit of a chump. Argyle may have saved my hide more than once, but I had my moments. Ah, those were the days. Argyle was my manservant. Ah, but that's really just a fancy word for the guy who saves my sorry skin on a regular occasion. He was a ghoul, you see. Been around since before the war. We met when I stole his girlfriend back in '41. We'd been best friends ever since. We got separated a long time ago and never reunited. If you find Argyle out there somewhere, you be sure and tell me, okay?
Hey, everybody, this is Three Dog, your friendly neighborhood.
Well, until recently, the only danger you ever faced in this fine establishment was bumping into all the bloated egos floating around. But now there's a group of ghouls nearby. I've tried explaining that they don't all want to eat you, though some do, of course. Problem is, it's hard to tell which is which. Chief Gustavo has initiated a shoot first and ask later policy. If they're smart, they'll stay away.
Word is, these guys take all the contracts the
Go
other
get 'em.
won't. In short, there's nothing they won't do. So be careful out there. Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio. We're Radio Free Wasteland, and we're here for you. And now, some music.
Hey! I really hope you aren't hurt. The clinic is closed, and I'd really hate to have to open it up at this hour. I knew it was only a matter of time before you asked me about that. I've decided I want to do my own study of ghoul physiology. Who knows? I could even publish my findings. Sure, no problem. Don't get hurt out there.
Good to see you. Well, well, what have we here? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Susan Lancaster. Perhaps we can become better acquainted in the near future. A strong silent type, eh? We're in luck. Ever met a ghoul before? You're exactly the kind of man we need around here. Chief Gustavo and his pack of goons aren't doing their job. Those ghouls keep coming back. Somebody's bound to get hurt sooner or later. I know all about your plan to get your ghoul pals in here, and I'm putting a stop to it. You can't just go around pushing us around like that. I've dealt with people like you before. People who think they know what's good for everybody else. I know what's best for me, and that's no ghouls. So you can run along and tell your ghouls they'll just have to find somewhere else to squat. Or better yet, to go off and die somewhere. I'm done with the wasteland, and I've been everywhere else. There isn't anything better than this. Damn you and your ghouls. I'm not going anywhere. I'll talk to Tenpenny. I bet I can live in Burke's place. He's never around anyway. And when he does come back, I'll make sure he's fine with the new arrangement. I'll just send up for my food. I'll never even have to look at you or your ghoul buddies.
Nice to see you.
Evening.
Doing well, I hope?
Evening. I live in Tenpenny Tower.
Hello.
I'm at the top of the world. Hey. Where will I go?
I'm on duty, can't talk. Direct your...
Good to see you. I am Comrade Cheng, beloved leader of the people, shining servant of the community. How can I help you? Thanks, comrade. I'm sure you'll agree the people are only as strong as their leader. That's why I do my best to serve the community to the fullest. Speaking of service to the community, I don't suppose you are familiar with ghouls, are you? More importantly, how to kill them? I formed a committee to investigate the problem. Perhaps you're right. My wife is always going on about how crazy I make her. You finally got around to asking me, comrade. I've given it a lot of careful thought. I would welcome these ghouls into our community. I've already formed a welcoming committee. All right, comrade. We'll welcome them into the community.
Can I help you?
You have a curious look about you. Cheerio.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower. And how are you this fine day?
It'd be better if I could get my hands on some caviar, but what can you do?
Edgar. Dear, Miss Primrose.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Hey there.
Yes?
Good to see. Edgar Wellington II. Have you met my wife, Millicent? Hold on. Who let you in here? Very well. As long as security is aware of your presence. Can't be too careful these days. What with these ghouls and all. Gustavo says he has the situation well in order, but I wonder if he's really trying. Don't suppose you ran into any ghouls on your way in here? Then you obviously don't know anything about ghouls. I know you've been pressuring people into allowing ghouls to live here. Who do you think you are, harassing honest people like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. I certainly won't allow ghouls to live here. This is outrageous, preposterous, forced out by a bunch of dirty ghouls and some bleeding heart activist. Where will I live? How will I get there? I never forget a slight. Watch your back. I'll be sending someone to pay you a little visit in the future.
Introductions are in order. I am Mrs. Edgar Wellington. You may refer to me as Madam or My Lady Wellington. You're better mannered than your apparent breeding would indicate. It is nice to make your acquaintance. You didn't happen to catch a glimpse of any ghouls on your way in here, did you? I do hope you're not referring to me. I'm certainly a better conversationalist than some stupid ghoul, and I smell better, too. My neighbors might be out of their minds, but I am not. Those ghouls will not be living here. Damn it! This can't be happening. Why do you think I came here in the first place? To get away from ghouls, monsters, and scum like you. Now I'll have to start all over again. Where will I go? My husband has connections. Watch your back.
Hey, kiddies, this is Three Dogs. Now, wow, your voice in the darkness, or at least the radiation. Seems we got
I can smell this.
Can I help you?